Oh,
Do it,
oh,
Zergo.
oh, oh. Come on,
Other
fight.
hand. Do your other hand. Do your other hand.
Everybody, I'm calling a meeting. Team meeting. Team meeting. Hey, everybody, team meeting on the roof.
I'll hear some good ideas, guys.
What's up, guys? This is team meeting. Hope you guys are doing well. We got the beautiful Tigly, the Tingulator.
The Tinkulator.
We got the sexy and defyingly handsome Zergulator, the Zergo.
How's everybody doing on this fine day?
And of course, we got the beautiful piece of hunk of meat right here, the Yugen, and we're just here. We're just having a good time talking about video games and video game news. Episode 4.
I've been playing HellDivers with the Zergulator. My first time on HellDivers. I wanted to play it when it was like really trendy last time, but now it's like reaching its way back up there. They're fighting the cyborgs, and Zergo and I were playing last night, and there was this piece of absolute garbage. His name was Gabriel. Shout out to Gabriel. He sucks.
He friend requested me, bro. I like them.
He did.
Yeah.
I liked him too until he wronged me.
What do you do?
So it was towards the end of the mission. I was like, I'm going to head up here and I'm going to get these two whatevers. I was like, you guys get that one down there. So Gabriel went and he got that one. Cool. I got the two up there. And then I died. 1:30 until they're able to get me back. And the dropship is there. Zergo is like, Tigly, we're waiting on you. And I'm like, thank you. And so a minute goes by and there's like 30 seconds left. And Gabriel decides to get in the dropship, which makes the dropship leave 20 seconds later. So 10-second difference to them being able to get me, and he left.
Oh, damn.
And it was all Gabriel's fault that I didn't get to leave.
Was he just like overwhelmed, or was he just stupid?
He was really good. I think he was just tired of waiting.
Yeah, because he died, and then I
Bro, a
literally
minute and a
said, "I'll
half
wait
ain't
for him to
nothing."
left."
Yeah. And then Zergo was defending him.
In HellDivers, it is.
I mean, I guess, but
rough.
if you're doing good, man, if you're doing good, what's another 10 seconds?
They weren't getting swamped that
Everything,
hard.
dude.
They weren't getting.
You'll have another 10 seconds, and then a Vox engine or something will bomb you in like 2 points or 2 seconds.
Last night, all this happened, and I was getting mad at Gabriel. Guess who was glazing his wiener?
Me.
Zergo.
Yeah.
That's probably why he friend requested me. He's like, dang, this is pretty cool.
And then I left, and he thought that Gabriel kicked me, so he, like said something mean to him.
Yeah. I because all three of us were in there. I didn't know he left, and I thought he kicked him.
This is funny.
Yeah, fun. What you've been playing, Yugen?
In my spare free time, I've just been kind of circling back to Risk of Rain 2. I was trying to grind out some Eclipse runs and just trying to get some of the skins for the new Alloyed Collective DLC. It's a little interesting. It's like some bullshit, but basically, there's like 20 or like 15 survivors within the game, right? And specifically for the new DLC, you can only get a new skin for the first 10 original survivors. And depending on who you play, you either have to accept or reject the final offering from like the secret boss or whatever, right? If you just need to reject the offering, all you got to do is beat the dude, right? Like that's all you got to do. But if you got to accept the offering, then basically after you beat the boss, you have to go up to him and accept the offering, and then basically it ends the run for you, right? But the key difference is that you cannot do any damage to him after you beat him, because if it does, then it automatically kicks you out and he just drops a rare item for you, and then you continue with your run, right? Which is very delicate. So there are a few times where I was playing with Loader and Captain, and they're both people where you have to accept the offering. And for one of them, I was going with like a droid build with like there's this item called empathy cores. They're like these giant orbs that shoot out lasers at enemies, right? And in the drones, but they don't register that the enemy is already down, so they keep on attacking him, which like automatically makes him more like the only way to get the skin is to try to replay it and beat him again, right? Which you have to go through 3 different bosses, just and I guess including the final boss, just to get to him, right? So it's a relatively long process. It's at least like an hour and a half to do it. So I was pissed the f off whenever like my drones automatically like took that option away from me. That so sucks. There's this artifact. It's called Artifact of Command. It basically just lets you choose your items. So I just bullshit my way so I didn't have to re-loop, and I got it for Loader, but then the exact same thing happened to me whenever I was playing Captain, where I didn't have any drones because I avoided them for that specific purpose. But I had this item called the ATG Mark II or whatever. It just like shoots out missiles every once in a while. And I had a stray missile that hit him as soon as I beat him, and it blocked the whole thing. I was like, you know what? This is stupid. So then I go to continue to try to beat the game so I can progress higher in the Eclipse runs, which basically add extra multipliers and debuffs for your characters and buffs for the enemy characters to make the game harder. I get sniped by this bullshit scavenger that like shoots me with like a sniper rifle and I die. And that was some bullshit. And that pissed me off. But still really fun. I highly recommend. And then just earlier today, while I was hanging out at my girlfriend's friend's house, they were dyeing her hair. I was playing Risk of Rain Returns on my Steam Deck. But other than that, that's about it for me. That's all I've been playing this week.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
I got really pissed off with the skins. I had events of it. I got so fucking mad, bro. Because that's like realistically, that's like 2 hours of my time.
I've heard of Risk of Rain, but I've never like watched a trailer or gotten into it or anything.
It's pretty fun.
I got into it like May of 2022, and as of currently, I have
600-700 hours.
618.3 hours. So it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of replayability, especially with the Eclipse, like multiple difficulties that add on to it. I like the challenge. It makes it fun.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. I like the animation style of it.
Yeah, I like the art style of it. It's really fun. It's really appealing to me.
You got to be pretty into the game though, because like you and me have had this conversation, plenty of times. But like for me playing Risk of Rain, like you'll do like a hour and a half run, and then you'll die and not like finish what you wanted to. And like when I'm playing it, stuff happens like that, or like a 50-minute run, and I'm like, I'm getting off. This is all I can do.
Well, that's what happened with Mega Bonk.
Yeah, exactly. Like even with Mega Bonk and games like that, I think I was more into Mega Bonk, but the only reason is because it was just more simple. Like Risk of Rain is way more intricate than Mega Bonk. Yeah. So like Risk of Rain, like there's a lot of stuff. Like every time I play with Yugen, I'm always like, hey, what does this do? What does that do? Hey, is this going to affect the run? Is this going to be bad? So like he knows everything, so it makes it easier. But when I'm playing by myself, like I'll play with him. But when I'm playing by myself, it's just either I don't know what's going on or I do good and then I die and then I'm like, yeah, I can't keep going.
Yeah, I think
it is a fun game.
For me personally, like I think I'm just generally more interested in the roguelike genre. Like there's a few other ones that I've been keeping my eye on. But I feel like the main difference between like whenever I play Mega Bonk and Risk of Rain 2, obviously there's the huge hour difference, but it's way less devastating for me personally whenever I die and lose in Mega Bonk, because the longest run I've ever had was like an hour and 15 minutes compared to the longest Risk of Rain 2 run I've ever had was like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it is significantly more like just insulting. Like it just hurts more whenever you die in Risk of Rain 2 compared to whenever you die in Mega Bonk.
Oh yeah,
because it's so much easier and faster to get back to where you were in the previous run on Mega Bonk than it was in Risk of Rain.
Get into Mithrix and Risk of Rain. Like you can go, like you don't have to loop, but every time we've played, I'm like, I'm not that good at the game. I'm gonna want to loop so I can actually beat him. In Mega Bonk, you could get to stage 3 final boss in like what? Like if you're really going through it, like 40, if you're really going minutes, like 40 minutes. And 40 minutes in a Risk of Rain is like freaking what, like stage 4, end of stage 4.
Depending on your timing.
Yeah.
That's also like one of the major differences between the games too, is that Mega Bonk does scale with time, but it's extremely focused on per stage, right? So obviously you have like the 10 minutes and then things start actually getting harder. With Risk of Rain 2, you go through different stages of the game. Technically, the 5th stage is where you can get to the moon, and that's where you can beat the boss. Or I guess that's stage 6. But on stage 5, you can keep on choosing to re-looping, which you can go through the whole other 5 stages again. But the game permanently gets harder as time progresses, no matter how long or like whatever stage you're on. And so the enemies, and of course the bosses, including the final boss, they more or less infinitely scale in difficulty with how long you are playing per run. Which just, that just adds to how alert you have to be to your surroundings and your in-game knowledge, I guess.
So this is something that Zergo and I were talking about yesterday when we were playing Plane Simulator on Roblox.
Oh yeah, we were. Can I make an announcement of what I did?
What'd you do, Zergulator?
It's like $50.
On the plane simulator?
Yep. I woke up, got on my PC, and I was like,
Telling me, do you think you spent it when we were playing or after I got off?
when we were playing.
That's crazy, man. Because there
I
wasn't even
bought,
a point in getting better planes when you already
it
had way
was
better
like
than me.
it was like the fastest one that I bought it. I was flying
Oh my
around, and I'm like,
gosh.
let me use a different plane so I'm not like flying past you. And I woke up this morning to hop on HellDivers, and I
That's
was like,
crazy.
oh my god, why did I do that? I'm so bad with money.
I think that it would be cool if we developed a Roblox game.
I think developing a Roblox game would be cool. I just don't have a clue on how to do it. We'd have to do research.
Like you go into like Roblox creator and then there's things you can mess
Well,
with.
what would you want? What's
That's what
your
I wanted
idea
to
of
talk
like?
about. If we had a game, because obviously this would be like something way in the future. If we had a game, what would our game be?
Honestly, with it being Roblox, you gotta be a little different. Honestly, like I wouldn't just want to do like a simulator or like a COD-esque type game because there's such higher games like that. Like you can get on Roblox and you could probably have a better multiplayer match than a Black Ops 7 multiplayer game. So like, there's I don't know what kind of game we'd really do.
What are your guys' favorite genre of games?
My favorite is like grindy game like Elden Ring or like Borderlands, stuff like that. Like that takes a lot of hours to get stuff, grinding out for gear and stuff like that.
What you?
I guess the game. I gravitate, I guess, more towards like roguelikes and story narrative games, but also just like combat games. I guess games with a heavy emphasis on combat.
Yeah. Mine's usually survival and or first person shooter games. So
Survival would be kind of cool.
So now we combine every
we
single
got to
one.
combine everything. A survival game where you progress through and you fight bosses. But it's like survival. So you got to get water and food and like you need shelter to sleep. And maybe you like build a tent or something. I don't know.
That actually imagine like Risk of Rain, but it's also like grindy survival, but it has like a good story, like Risk of Rain. But imagine you're going through like the areas, but you also have to grind for gear while you're there, and like survive in a different way as well. I think that actually would be really cool.
That would be cool. That would be cool. We could even do like if we kept the Risk of Rain vibe of the die and retry, we can have like the permanent unlockables or whatever. So like you can the longer that you play, the easier like the better items that you have to your access through the runs.
Yeah, well I think if
or whatever.
there's like a survival kind of grindy aspect to it, I think I like the restart, but it's more of like I know you haven't played HellDivers, but Teague, like when you go into HellDivers, you get to pick your stratagems and what armor and guns you're using. But if you die, you still have to start over. And I think for this, it's like as you're playing, you unlock more stuff that you can put on a build to take in with you. And when you're going, there's a lot of stuff that you can add to your build that you will lose.
So
but there's permanent stuff that you can put on.
When you unlock that stuff in a run, let's say you unlock something in a run and you get it, you have to put that into a chest or something at your base. Otherwise, you don't keep it after you die.
Yeah,
and let's make what if the base was just like that never changed? Like so you did a run, whatever you put in that base stays the same. If you die, you go back to that base, and whatever's in that base wouldn't change, but your run would.
So if there's a chest and you like want to pull something out of it to put on your build and then you die, you lose it? Or is it more like putting it in a database in the base?
No, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that kind of ruins it because it's like
there is a thing where it's more like you get something, and if you make it back to your base, as soon as you enter your base, there's like a save thing where it's like, okay, save to your collections or whatever we'd call it. So
yeah. You got to get it back there to own it.
Yeah. No, that'd be really cool. And like imagine with Risk of Rain where you loop, so it's like you go through however many stages, and then if you want to loop, you loop around and you end up back at your base. So you can go in your base, put it on the collections, and now you could go again, but it gets harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, I don't know what the looping is like, but like if there were stages that you would progress to, maybe there would be portals around the area that you would be able to go.
Well,
to your
yeah,
base
because
and then
it's like
back.
I feel like we could keep the same thing as Risk of Rain, but change it up because I don't exactly copy.
Yeah,
It. But
I don't
like
I
with
don't really
Risk
know
of
Risk of Rain well enough.
with Risk of Rain, you go through the first 5 stages and the 5 stages, and then at the last stage there's a portal, and you can either choose from that portal to go to the main boss, or you can do a little like lever or something and it shifts, and then you use that portal to loop back to the first stage, but it's harder. And then you can keep either looping, or you can not change the portal and go straight to the main boss.
What are the enemies like in that game? What are they?
There's all kinds of stuff. There's there's bugs. There's like lizards that breathe fire. There's like these stone golems. There's these literal like living bells called brass contraptions. And then you got like I guess the bigger versions of those enemies. So like the little lizards that spit fire, those are called Lemurians. And then you got like these big boys called Elder Lemurians. And then you got beetle guards, which are like the bigger versions of the just little beetle guys, and then you have like the boss versions of those. So you have like the queen beetle, and then you got like for the stone golems, you got like the stone titan. It's like this giant, humongous mountain of a living rock that shoots lasers at you, and then
But I think what a really cool thing for this would be, especially for Yugen, is obviously we create all our own enemies, which means we can give our ideas to Yugen and stuff, and we can all brainstorm together. But then Yugen can actually sketch up what it would look like, and we could critique it or be like, oh, this or that. So then he could start sketching up what enemies we would have in the game, or what NPCs that you can talk to. Because I think if it's a story like that, you could kind of like Risk of Rain as well, because I think we'll take a lot from that. Like with Risk of Rain, there's points where you can open different portals and go to like a shop. And I think that'd be really cool in our game, but in a different way. It's like you go through stage 1, 2, and 3, and then after stage 3, there's like you go to a village, and that's where like shops are and stuff, and you can like get whatever you need. And I feel like you should be able to heal in it, so we'll have like healing potions and stuff like that. So like stage 3.5 is a village, and then after you go through that village, then you go to stage 4, and then you carry on from there.
That sounds cool.
Exactly.
So I'm looking. It says like to make a game on Roblox, you just download and install Roblox Studio, which I already have, and then you choose a game template, customize your game, do whatever you want for it, test it, and then publish it. It's not a whole lot. It'd really just be the amount of time to actually make it, but
yeah,
it looks like you can all do it all on Roblox through their studio.
Yeah, I think the hard part is where the research comes in. Is it's probably simple to make, like if we wanted to make a simulator, but this is probably something that is
it'd probably just take hours of practice.
Like character design, like that's gonna probably be something that I'm gonna have to like look up.
I was thinking about that when we were playing Plane Simulator, and I was like, I wonder how long it took for them to design all these planes.
Exactly, yeah. It would be crazy if we developed this game on Roblox and then it became so popular, and then we were like, let's make a real game of it, and now everybody's like, oh wow, oh shit, there's like a real game of whatever we call it, and it's like way crazier, and we have like a gaming studio or whatever.
That would be cool.
Helping us make
low-key, I feel like there's a few games that actually like got published by that route, where like
probably.
Like it was either on Roblox or something of that nature. I could be completely wrong in this matter, so take it with like a grain of salt. But there's this really popular, I don't know if it's still necessarily popular, but there is this remastered game that has like basically the exact same graphics as, and like the art style as Roblox. It's called BattleBit Remastered. And it's basically just like, I don't know, like the Roblox version of Call of Duty, but it's actually really intricate and it's really intuitive with like the gameplay mechanics. But I got it with a friend of mine a couple of years ago, and it was actually like relatively pretty popular. I think like the highest player count was in like the hundreds of thousands or something. Regarding BattleBit Remastered, I got it. I'm looking at it right now. So the game, it's not dead, but it definitely has like a low player count. I think it's probably because they haven't really like been updating the game.
Yeah,
I don't really know, but the all-time peak was 2.7 years ago. It was at 87,323, and then the current player count right now is 424, and the 24-hour peak was 617. But I mean, I remember like it was popping off like on YouTube and stuff. Like there's this popular YouTuber, I don't know if you guys know him, but his name's Smitty. Like he did a bunch of YouTube videos on it, and then everyone was doing like tutorials like, hey, this is how you get good, this is what this weapon does, and all that stuff. But I mean, it was pretty fun, and I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like it probably was one of those games that started off as like a little thing on like Roblox, and then it became like its own thing.
What's up, y'all? Tigly here. Check out my playthrough of Fallout 4. This is episode 5, and it is a good one.
And it'd be cool because like when Yugen like dies early, we can like put a little commemorative thing for him in the game. So like a little thing people can visit, a little tombstone or something.
That would be cool if after we like published it and we were like, it's ready to go, we all did like one try playthrough, and wherever we died at, we would go back in and put like a little tombstone.
Oh, that would be really cool.
That would, yeah, I like that.
Would be awesome.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
How to Grow Your Garden. It's not anything other than Roblox, but that guy, he made bank off of that game. And like dumbass like Zergo spent $50.
Yeah, that's money to the creator. Like,
Exactly.
I like to support.
I guess that's true. I was just about to ask if you guys knew anything about like monetization within Roblox games.
I'm sure Roblox gets a portion of it, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, they pay Roblox for Robux, and then they give the Robux to the creator. I don't know. They probably give a portion to Roblox, and then a portion to the creator.
The most popular one, if not the most popular game on Roblox right now, and has been for a while, is still Blox Fruit, which is like a One Piece game. I put like 200 hours into that thing.
So I'm reading here, Robux transactions. So players purchase Robux with real money and spend it within games. Developers earn the Robux through the in-game purchases, which can later be exchanged for real currency.
Would we like in-game purchase is something that most, if not all, Roblox games have, but would like we have a pay to win type of thing?
It'd be for skins, and man, I don't want a pay to win type game.
I feel like that's where money is made on Roblox. Personally, is pay to win. So that's more like I don't like pay. That's why like Elden Ring is my favorite game. You only spend money on the game, and then you can't even spend money on anything else. So I do like games like that. But if we're going like in here like, oh, we really just want to create our own game, but now we have such a high player base and we're making nothing from it. No battle pass though. I don't want a battle pass.
I feel like a good sweet spot would be where like it's not necessarily pay to win, but it can still help the player within the game. Like for example, like it could be like health potions or stamina boost or just like something of that nature, like a passive thing that can help a person within the game, but it doesn't make it an immediate win for the player.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I hate playing Roblox games where you die and they're just like, "Hey, spend 100 Roblox to revive." I wouldn't want to do that, but I do like the idea of like, oh, you don't, because I think health potions would be something like you get at the village. But I think if you're in a bad place and you can't get to the village, or whatever the case may be. Spend 10 Robux on some health potions.
If we wanted to, like, we would. It would definitely need to be monitored, I guess. But like, my idea was like, if it comes to like to the survival aspect or whatever, I'm assuming that there's going to be like ingredients for crafting things, whether it's like a spear or whatever the fuck. But it could also be maybe like a select number of like specific ingredients, but nothing that like would make you have either such an abundance of it where it would like kind of defeat the whole purpose of actually gathering those resources within the game, and it wouldn't like let you make something that's so overpowered where like it would only be like a handful of materials just for like a little slingshot for within the run, but it doesn't do anything outside of that.
What is our deal on co-opness?
Oh, like playing with other people? I feel like that has to be a given. Like I feel like most games, you're gonna people have friends that are gonna want to play it with each other, especially with a game like this. Like you can go in solo, but I feel like you can go in with a team of like 4.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we have like our lobby area, and then we have like the 1 out of 1, 2 out of 1, 3 out of 3, or those like things you can step into, and then those will transport you to your area.
I feel like there's like better ways to do it because like when we play games, it's really hard to get in with your friends because everybody else is just trying to step in there. So I feel like I don't know if we can do it, but it would be cool if like either you could get into your game and you could invite them to your base or they could invite you to their base. I don't know if that's possible, but if it is, that would be a really cool one to do it.
I'd love to hear what you guys are imagining because I feel like we all have different pictures, and it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be the same. I just want to hear what you guys are imagining because right now the way that I'm just like thinking about it, the starting area, it's like a cabin in the woods. Like it's the main base is the cabin. So I want to hear what you guys think the
Okay.
main base
My immediate thought was just like just because like we didn't really talk about like my first thought like going into it was just like a tropical island or something like that.
Really?
But I kind of yeah like
Yeah, we really do all have like a different idea.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know, 'cause, like
different.
the way that I was thinking of like the different stages or whatever, like they could be like their own little like self-isolated islands. So then like that would like just be easier to like map out with like
Yeah.
making the actual map and then like the boundaries or whatever just being the fucking ocean.
That's something actually because I'm imagining it as more of like the hub where you join your people and everything is more of like a village. So like if we want guilds, you can access your guilds in this area and do this and that and the third. But I think what we should get down is the vibe of this because my vibe is very like fantasy esque vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool idea. Kind of just like going off of like the tropical island thing. Mine was mainly just like kind of more like realistic survival-ish, I guess. But
Oh, really?
I was thinking more of like adding like I don't know, like voodoo or like something of that nature, or like like it adds like like a somewhat fantasy kind of thing to it, right?
We have
Like,
different classes.
Like you can, if you go in with a party of 4, you can have someone that say is a knight, and let's say they're all super strong. You have this knight that has some, high level end game sword, and then you have like a wizard or a mage or whatever that has like high end spells, and it's more of that like I want to say like Lord of the Rings, but that type of vibe. I honestly, I think like when I think of this like the world type thing, and I think like we could put all of this into it. Like it can be like a new world, different stages, all that. But like my vibe is like going through it kind of like a D and not like D&D with how D&D works, but the vibe of like what D&D gives off. Like that magical fantasy night type thing for the classes at least. And like world look wise, like we can put all of our thoughts into that. Like that can be everything. But it can also be different. Like we could have like one that is more like my idea and you go to this area, or you have one that is these different stages, there's different biomes and all that, if you want to do that instead.
I feel like that would be a cool idea where like each stage can be like unique in like their location and whatever the fuck, but they still have the core principles.
Yeah, well, I'm not even saying each stage. I'm saying like we could have these 5 stages, or however, like these 5 stages are like that, like whether it's like castles or shit like that, and then you could choose a different option to do these 5 stages that is a different thing, because I feel like the going through the 5 stages should be part of the kind of like story. So you're not going from a kingdom to a like a whole different place that doesn't match what it was before.
Tigli, what was your like initial idea of it? Like, did you imagine like a fantasy kind of vibe to it?
Yeah. I've kind of been on that whole fantasy thing. Like when Zergo was talking about the village, I was thinking more of like an older village with like peasants and like tunes playing and like stuff like that. Are we creating characters for them to play as, or do they become what the characters can be?
I think they choose their class, which I think they should be able to change if they want. But I think they can get in the game and do kind of their own thing with their character, whatever that case may be. But yeah, they're kind of their class is the only thing that it's like, you choose this class. Okay, you start out with this. You want to be a knight, you start out with this low level sword or low level shield and this low level armor. And if you start out as a mage, you start out with different stuff. But you can always go back and be like, I don't really like this class. Actually, Yeah, do you think you should be able to go back and kind of be like, I don't actually like this class, or do you think it should be
I
more
think
like,
after you finish a run, like because after you
uh,
start a run, you should be stuck with that class. But after that run
uh,
finishes, I feel like you should be able to change a class. But obviously, that class you
mm,
wouldn't have any progress or anything.
yeah, because now the big thing is like, because there's some games where it's like classes are kind of loose. It's like, oh, your class is a knight, okay, then wear knight armor, use a knight sword, and we'll give you some buffs. But you could also be like, I don't really want to use these. I'm just gonna use spells or something like this that I collected during the run. Because we got to make it like, if you're playing a knight, or like if you kill a boss and that's where you're gonna get your class's loot from, is there a chance that they'll drop a different class's loot?
No, I don't think so. I think it should just be the class that you are.
Well, how and then we'd have to figure out how to regulate that with, they're going in with a squad of 4.
Yeah, that'd
So
be possible.
yeah,
that would be hard.
and that's what I'm saying. Like with World of Warcraft, when you go in and like do a dungeon or a raid or anything, you go and they'll just drop loot, and it could drop 3 things that is not for your class, and that's not what you need. And I feel like I like that, because then it gives more of that grindy portion to it.
Yeah, so it'd kind of be good, like as a person who's interested in the game, to kind of grind out all the classes.
They could grind out all the classes, or they could just, hey, I only like the knight. I just want to grind.
I mean, there'd obviously be a barter system. I mean, if you get a big sword and you're a mage, trade that in.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You can go in and trade it with somebody that would need that, which is a very normal Roblox thing.
That could, I mean, because my knowledge is a little lacking on like the Roblox stuff, but like going back to like the hub area or like the base, if you could like put those items in a chest, like if you're a knight and you got like an awesome wizard staff, you don't want that. You can just put it in like a collective chest or whatever, and then someone can put like an equal worthy item in that, and then you guys can just swap the weapons or whatever that fits the class that you're playing.
Yeah, because there's 2 type of things. Like I want to build off of yours, but for Roblox, like most games that have to do with like collecting stuff, you can just like go onto the player list and just press trade, and then no matter where y'all are at, y'all can trade items.
Okay.
But I do like the equal value. So we can either be like, fair with everybody, or unfair in the fact that I can trade this new player this high level thing, or if it's possible, the like blade would have an amount, and what they put in there has to, at least be like 60% of what that's worth, or 70% of what that sword is worth.
But then would you not be able to drop items then?
Oh,
then you could just, because I mean, if a high power player is gonna help out a low power player, that's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it. Like in Ark,
and because I like it, like I'm fine with like, I get into a game and this level 50 gives me a crazy weapon. But if it's possible, I do like the idea of like levels on weapons. So like if you are fighting a boss and you're level 5 and he drops a level 10 sword, you just got to grind out until you can use the sword. Now, I don't know if that's possible. There's a lot of stuff I don't know if we're going to be able to do or not. I know there's a lot of customization with Roblox. There's a lot of different things you can do, and I think I like that, where it's like, I'll trade you this high level sword, but you're gonna have to get to level 50 before you can even equip it and use it.
I like that. I wonder if there is a way we could put a level lock. You're not level 50, so you can own this sword, but it's not usable.
Like you can own it or go sell it, and you'll get 50,000 for it. So now you have a lot of money.
So you can buy lower level stuff that actually suits you.
Exactly.
You got helped out, but you're not overpowered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I like that.
I like that idea.
In our game, there's no way to, unless we get some hackers or people that are finding little, glitches that we didn't know about, which is probably going to happen. Yeah. They can't get through the 5 stages with super duper ease because someone gave them all legendary stuff. They could sell it all though and be rich. I'm cool with that, because there's only so much you're going to do with that money.
What if we put in a little mini game area, which was just PvP?
That would be cool. I think PvP is always good.
That would be cool, like in the hub area, just like the little section over here where it's like, hey, you can spar, you can
like a PvP line, you cross it and it's.
That also would introduce like a way where like players could practice and test out new weapons and new like devices that they have gotten through a run, and they can equip it and test it out on like their friend or whatever, and see if that's something that they would want to use in the next run,
Yeah,
or if it's something that they'd want to do with something else.
I like that too, and I think we should definitely have like a lot of the games like this have where they have like in the hub area they have like the practice targets that you can hit it with to see how much damage and stuff like that. It would be cool if there was like you can go do all of this if you want, but like there's an actual like you can step on this PvP area and it takes you to like this cool Coliseum or something, and you actually get to like do PvP with somebody in more of an actual like competitive way.
And we're gonna be throwing a whole nother game into our game now.
Hey man, if you want greatness, you gotta be greatness. That would be something that would be like, this is all clean and looks good, and then we're like, new update.
Really cool to have a game.
Yeah.
Even if it flopped and it was still awesome.
No,
I'd
even
love
if
to play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it's awesome and just it's not gaining any traction, I'm gonna play it.
I'll download Roblox.
Yeah. I understand it to an extent, but when I go on Roblox, like Teague and me were trying to play the bird game last night. It was like 25
Robux to get,
25 Robux, and I'm like, this is Roblox. Games should always be free. And then if you wanna put crazy stuff that's 1,000 Robux in your shop, go for it. With your thing about how you were saying bringing skins into the game, how would that work?
Yeah, so when we started talking about the armor, because obviously you're going to get stuff, so maybe we could just go with the basic whoever your Roblox character is, and then armor will get put on them. But their builds are all different, so I feel like we'd have to subject them to proper builds. So we probably just come up with a baseline male and a baseline female, and then I don't know, maybe they can edit them or something. I don't know.
I mean, there's games where like you have like Destiny, like you can have whatever armor on, but you can put like a schematic or whatever over it to make yourself look cooler, but none of the stats or anything. You're still wearing that armor, but you have something to make it look cooler.
Colors, yeah, just schematics would be cool. Something like that.
Yeah, just so like you could be a level 1 with your, just level 1 armor, but you can go to the shop and buy a schematic and put it on, and now you might look crazy, but you're still just level
1. Something that turns to like pink and purple or like pink and black or something. When we're playing HellDivers, it really got me thinking about it, because it's like this HellDivers, and I was just looking at the animation and how good it looks, and I was like, I really want to develop a game.
Yeah, and I think Roblox is a very good like starting point to that. Yeah.
And then we get rich, fucking get into a studio, pay Yugen some real money, get in designing. And
bro, you know how crazy it would be if you went to college and got your degree and everything, and like Teagley's already up and he's like, just come design for me, I'll pay you big money. It's like,
yeah, man, that's the dream right there.
That would be dope to have a picture of like all of us plus Bubble and Fish like in a picture as like developers.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That would be
and awesome. It's always cool because like you play Roblox games, we would have to make our Roblox characters look cool. Because like they always have like a little statue or a board that says like developers, and then we could put all our stuff in there. Come watch the stream.
Zergo, did we want to talk about the game that we were looking at a little bit?
All right. So for our last little section, we're going to talk about it's a game called Reanimal. Yeah, Reanimal. See, you know what Little Nightmares is?
Yes, I do. I do know what Little Nightmares is.
Okay, it's a very Little Nightmares-esque game, but from the looks of it, it looks way better than the most recent Little Nightmares game.
This is actually made by the studio that made the first and the second Little Nightmares,
and that's why it's probably going to be amazing.
It's got that magic, yeah.
I don't know much about it. I know there's a really big pig that eats another pig.
Fun fact, I'm looking at it right now. There is a demo available, so you can, we could test it out and see how we like it. The base price as of right now is $39.99, but I think mainly just like the big selling point is that this is literally the developers of Little Nightmares, so it's that Little Nightmares quality, but with multiplayer with up to 2 people playing together, and you can experience the genuine horrors of the people that made Little Nightmares.
Yeah. I mean, even though Little Nightmares 3 was not good, like when we were playing it, we were laughing.
We were having the time of our lives.
Yeah, we were still having a lot of fun because you're just like dying to stupid stuff or seeing crazy stuff. And from the one clip I've seen of this, you're walking between all these like pigs, and then you get to the back of the room, and there's this huge mama pig, and they looked forward, and they're like, what she's eating, and then they're like, it's another pig, and then they started running. So I'm like, that's the type of stuff that's gonna be like And I think it would be a great one because like sometimes you could be playing a game and you just really have nothing to say. Like commentary is sometimes just like, I'm just playing. But with this, like commentary isn't directly needed. Like we'll just be laughing and making mistakes. All right, everybody. That is going to be it for today's team meeting. Thank you for tuning in. I think this was a really good one today. Episode 4. Can't wait for until episode 5. Make sure you're tuning into the streams as well. Tiki latest streams. He streams all the time. Just tune into it. And I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your day. And that's meeting adjourned.